What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick,
I am Joe.
and we are here to talk about the 3-hour Dynamite special on 5/21/2020. Not 21, 20. 5/20.
It's 21 now.
Yeah, 5/20/2026. And listen. I thought we would just fuck around and get a little 1-hour fucking collision on Saturday. No, they ain't even doing that. They're just giving us the 1-hour pre-show.
They don't want to go against the Saturday night's main event when they have a pay-per-view on Sunday. And you know what? I'm here for it. Thank you for freeing up my Saturday.
Right?
'Cause
Saturday.
you take a lot of my time on Sunday.
Yeah. At least those matches.
This show may be
mostly
like
should
6
be good.
hours long.
Now there's less matches than normal. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, but they'll all be 40 minutes long. Hey, but I'm here for it. There's the holiday on Monday. You know what? I'm here for it. I don't have to do work things the next day, so I'm for it.
Right. So we start off with an earlier today segment, which is actually where the picture of our thumbnail comes from. The Bucks are with Jericho. I hated this whole segment. The Bucks are with.
I did too. This is just rehash from BTE a long time ago.
The Bucks are with Jericho. I don't even have any clue about BTE. I don't give a fuck about that. But
Y2 Jackson.
Jericho said that he's sorry for beating the Bucks' dad's ass, even though he deserved it, which was the only funny line in the entire thing. But he was like, we're wrestling Andrade, Ricochet, and Mark Davis tonight. We need to put all this shit aside, and we're gonna be the Y2 Jacksons. And then the Bucks are like, well, how about we just be the what they call them, the Young Jerichos or something. I don't remember what it was. It was something stupid.
The Bucks of Jericho.
Oh yeah, the Bucks of Jericho. Whatever. So both names suck, but then Jericho's all like, how about we just be both names? And it says like it's now this like long name, and I'm just like, ugh.
Y2 Jackson, the Bucks of Jericho.
Just ugh.
It was bad back in 2018 when they were doing it on BTE as well.
So then we get our first match, which are the Young Bucks and Jericho versus Ricochet, Andrade, and Mark Davis. And honestly, it's a pretty solid fucking match.
Yeah.
Minus
it's
the
certainly
fact
the match of Dynamite.
minus the fact that it's a Young Bucks match. But
Yeah, they played the hits like they always do.
But you've got at least 5 really good workers and a legend.
In Jericho.
So I'm glad you knew where I was going with that.
Of course I did.
And Jericho. But I mean, he's a legend, and everybody carried him,
fine.
but they carried him enough
He's
that
fine.
he looked fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And back in the day, he was a worker.
Yeah.
So it's not like he doesn't know what to do. He just can't perform at that level anymore.
Right. Toward the end, Andrade hits Davis with his elbow on accident. And then he gets the BTE trigger afterwards. He kicks out of the pin attempt.
Which I was shocked for. That popped me.
Yeah. The Bucks went to go do their Meltzer driver. Except the dogs interfere. They run in. And Finley hits whichever Jackson has him in the tombstone in the head with a shillelagh. And instead of diving, like he dives out the ring like he should, but he dives out right in front of the ref.
He dove out on the side that Aubrey was being distracted on. What a fucking moron.
I was like, how do you fuck that up? But
it was what it was. The heels won, which was the correct team to win. But yeah, what an idiot. And the shenanigans ensued after that, which were also pretty stupid. Thankfully, the match was really good. Even the finish wasn't bad. Just fucking Finley dove to the wrong end of the ring to But
At
fucking
least-
Jack Perry coming out with a bag of goddamn onions
At
post
least,
match.
at least he looked up and seen Aubrey and then tried to like slide under the ring.
He
He realized he
on
fucked
that
up.
side, dummy. he could have dove out the side. He was just as close to the other side as he was to the hard cam. It was so dumb.
Listen, as dumb as it is, I have seen way worse in wrestling.
I agree. And Aubrey
In AEW,
Aubrey,
in fact.
Oh yes, Aubrey, to her credit, did kind of try to cock her head to give him a little more clearance.
Right.
But even she was like, "What?" She was probably like, "What the fuck?" He dove out on the side I'm distracted on.
Post-match, everyone except for Kenny Omega that's involved in this match got involved.
Yep.
You disliked the onion spot. I thought it was hilarious.
I know. I liked your response back to me, which was "Cry Me a River."
I don't know if that might be the reference, but I don't
fucking care. He hit somebody with a bag of onions.
It was worth it.
It was dumb.
I just want to know where he got the bag of onions.
And he was wearing bright ass fucking neon green fucking track pants too.
Jungle Boy Jungle Boy don't play that.
Like, what the fuck, Jack Perry?
But no, everybody gets involved. People fight to the back. Some people eventually make it back to the ring. Watching MVP and Jericho hug's a fucking weird thing. And then,
yeah, it is. The only thing missing was Speedball coming out and hugging him too.
Oh, we'll get to them. I have an actual interesting theory going into this that I think is going to be interesting, possibly. But yeah, so then backstage, listen, Darby's on a string of actually cutting pretty decent fucking promos.
Yep, I didn't mind this.
He's asked why he keeps taking these matches, and he's like, listen, I feel everything. I feel the pain that people think I don't. He said, but I have to keep going. He said, I chose MJF's hair because, when he has to give interviews with a bald-ass head, it's going to eat him alive.
Yeah, when he has to go to all these red carpet events.
He says tonight he wants Mike Bailey to give it his all and to try and win with all his heart because he's going to do the exact same thing. And Darby said, I will do anything I have to keep that title.
Yep.
Match 2. No DQ match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Mark Briscoe. And everything that made their first match really good, they threw that shit out the window.
Yeah, this would have been a really good wrestling match. Instead, this was Carnage.
I love Carnage, and this wasn't even good, like proper Carnage. Now, there's a spot you didn't like that I guarantee you I did.
Was it the one that I said ouch for?
Probably. I don't know. You just said ouch and then moved on.
The chair spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
However, there's a couple things that happen that I like. I will always like a good cheese grater spot.
Didn't mind the cheese grater. The things that piss me off is when the match grinds to a halt for some idiot to decorate a table or something.
Right. I love the part where Ciampa goes to dig inside the trash can and he catches a mousetrap on his hand. I thought it was funny.
Right, that was funny. Yeah.
But it didn't make any sense because with all the way that trash can was moving, that mousetrap would have popped a long ass time ago.
Right. It was unnecessary. Like these two could have just had a really good match, and it would have been phenomenal, probably.
The pinning the chicken thing that you hated so much, I thought was fucking hilarious because I got it.
Well, he's a chicken farmer, but the referee seriously is counting a pin attempt on a stuffed chicken.
His nickname is the Sussa Whatever Chicken, so it was funny.
It was Rick Knox, but does Rick Knox not know the difference between a stuffed chicken and fucking Briscoe?
Hey, he lets people hit people with weapons in regular matches, so maybe.
The zombie ref, man, it's just like there really is like no brain there.
Eventually, Briscoe did toss Ciampa off the top rope onto some chairs. on the edge of the chairs, mind you.
Yeah, it was 2 chairs back to back.
He then hit a J driller through the table on the outside of the ring, and then hit a froggy bow. I call it a foggy bow. Apparently, he's Daredevil. Froggy bow for the win.
Yeah. The right person won. I'm guessing this writes Ciampa off TV for a little bit.
It's AEW. That's just another bump. He'll be back next week.
You think so? I think he'll take at least a week off.
In ring.
I love Tommaso Ciampa's entrance.
Oh, I do too.
Sorry.
My shadow knows my story.
Yeah.
Such good theme music. It's so simple too.
Yep. It's with the fire and stuff. It just works.
We get an in-ring segment. Shivani is out to announce Swerve, basically. And listen, anytime Shivani gets made fun of, I'm here for it. But
I still think heel Nana is weird to me.
Yeah, heel Nana comes out and he's like, "This crowd is a bunch of stupid fools," and I'm like, "Don't talk anymore." He introduces Swerve after telling Shivani to leave. Swerve is making his way to the ring. Bandito comes from out of nowhere and starts to honestly just whoop Swerve's ass. Swerve starts to get the upper hand, but it doesn't last too long. Bandito gets back in the upper hand, and then we get this really weird moment where Swerve goes to throw the chair at Bandito, and I think Bandito was supposed to catch it, but catch it he did not.
They literally just like stopped and paused.
Yeah.
While Bandito picked up the chair, and then Swerve just kind of retreated.
And then he almost accidentally pegged Swerve in the back of the head with it.
Yeah, he did. He almost caught a stray. Even Taz was like, "Ooh, almost got him right in the back of the head." Also, I'm so glad Taz is back. He brings so much personality to this fucking show.
He was desperately needed.
The other two are just incapable of providing.
And then we get the weird information that apparently Willow Nightingale is injured. She gets a backstage segment, and she was like, I was happy to win the TBS title back from Mercedes. She said, but during her match with Red Velvet, she ended up hurting her shoulder and has to withdraw from the Owen Cup, and she's relinquishing the TBS title. She said that, she will be back, and she will be coming right back, to the top. And, it's obviously, I don't wish anyone to get injured, especially on a match that really didn't matter.
Yep.
But I mean, injuries happen. Shit happens. It's wrestling.
Sure.
My problem with this whole thing is I was really excited to see how much further they were going to take this whole she's the comeback killer. And now
she can be worried about her being the person who is doing the comeback and doing the killing.
Right. But we don't know how long it's going to be. I don't even know. Obviously, no one knows the severity yet of whatever the injury is.
Right.
I have a sneaking suspicion that. I don't have a sneaking suspicion. I don't know what they're going to do with the TBS title. You can't run 2 tournaments at the same time. 3 technically. I don't
know either. My
God, they're gonna do a fucking.
Is just gonna come in.
They're gonna do. They're probably gonna do a women's casino battle royal, or whatever it's called.
A casino gauntlet, probably.
Gauntlet. Please don't. Please, I'm so tired.
Well, I got some bad news for you.
And it's probably gonna be at the pay-per-view. They'll probably announce it during the pre-show.
I think they got enough things going on with enough women. I don't think you can do that when you have the Owen going on already. Although that does take a match off of the Double or Nothing, because wasn't her and Windsor supposed to be for the Owen on the pay-per-view, right? It was like the only women's Owen match on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I thought that when they announced the wild card, I was like, oh, it could be Britt Baker. It's not. But
yeah, it's going to be Mercedes more than likely.
But then that's what I was thinking, right? I was like, what if it's Mercedes? And then I thought about it, and I was like, what if Willow's not actually hurt? What if she just wants to take some time away for whatever it is that she's got to do? And this is her way of being written off, and now they can have the wild card come in?
Yeah, because she didn't have it in a sling or anything like that.
No. Now, I'm not saying she is or isn't. Obviously, like I said, I just don't know the extent of it.
No, because there's smarter ways to
But
write her off TV as well without relinquishing the title and all that stuff as well.
right. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see who. I don't want it to be Mercedes. I listen. I love Mercedes, and I want her to come back. I really do.
You just don't want Athena to have to not be winning.
It's not even that.
Athena does need to win this though, like for reals.
It's more. I think the right time to bring Mercedes back is at All In.
I don't disagree with you, but they've got a serious problem with
All their women dropping off.
their women's roster right now, especially the like upper echelon of that division, is sorely lacking.
Yep.
Sorely lacking. Dude, I'm to the point where I'm thinking they're gonna run the fucking risk of putting a belt on Thunder Rosa again, and I don't know if I can deal with that.
Chris is there. actually, I almost picked Sheeta to win at the pay-per-view. By the way, almost. Because I could see her betraying Hayter and pinning Hayter for the win. But
Well, it wouldn't be betraying them. It's a four-way.
I mean, like betrayal though.
Like
right.
stat, you mean?
Or
like
stat, yeah,
stat?
not hate, not my bad, not Hater. Stat's the word.
Okay,
one
you confuse the shit
Listen,
out of me.
they all suck. Okay, I'm sorry.
Not all of them. Stat's good. Tekla has her moments.
Tekla's the only one of that group I like. So
I know, but Stat's a better worker.
yeah, I'd say more consistent. I wouldn't say better. I think.
Okay. I'll allow that. I find that to be a perfectly suitable answer.
But yeah, so that happened, and then match 3. Listen, it is a good thing I started. Okay, I want to paint you guys a picture. I got 4 hours of sleep last night, and I had to go into the office to continue training the person that I was working on training today at work. And I get home, and I refuse to nap because I've got Lego Batman to play. So I play some video games, and then wrestling starts, and I'm watching wrestling. And there were times I almost dozed off during the hardcore match.
Well, about an hour of Dynamite tonight was really, really fucking boring.
Well,
once you got past that second match and you got into the promo with Willow, it's all fucking downhill from here.
But it was that second match I was almost nodding off during. And then I looked at the clock because by the time that match ended, it was about 8:50. And I was like, oh man, it's a good thing I should probably go jump on the other computer so I don't fall asleep. So I go over and I start setting up for everything, and then this match started. And I'll tell you what, if I'd have been sitting in this chair when this match started, I probably would have fallen asleep. This match, I love Kyle O'Reilly to death. This is the worst match the two of these guys have had together.
Yes, because the way they're telling this story, like they're two shooters, it's you have to really enjoy this style of wrestling, and it's not either of our favorites.
No, and we almost get this exact same repeat in fucking Collision, and we'll get there too. But
yeah, it was a sleepy match, man. Like the crowd was bored to tears. It picked up towards the end, but it was only like the minute when he had Mox in the thing, and it's like, what is Mox going to tap? And everybody knows that he's not.
Right.
So that this can just be extended to the pay-per-view.
Right.
But like that's the time the crowd kicked into gear or anything like that. It just was a boring match.
Yeah, no, I hated it. Anyways, post match, O'Reilly grabs a mic and he's like, "The next time we wrestle, it's going to be a no time limit." And then that was that.
Yeah, so they drew. It was a draw.
Backstage,
Yay.
Stat tries to talk. Sheeta won't let her. Sheeta says that they're going to watch this match tonight, and then Stat grabs her and is like, "Well, you need to watch yourself," and then walks off. And I'm like, I wish I had these 30 seconds back. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Sheeta
care.
bumbling through a promo in English. Then she looked at Renee and was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Like she was looking for approval from Renee. Like, did I do good?
Backstage,
Yeah.
Roosh, for whatever reason, wants to face Darby next Wednesday if he survives the week, which he won't, but we'll get there. Match 4.
Which is fitting for Roosh because they've been building him, doing nothing but these squash matches, only to have it materialize into nothing.
Right.
More to come on that.
Match 4. Athena and the Triangle of Madness versus the Brawling Birds, Thunder Rosa, and Mina Shirakawa. And listen. The only great thing about this match is anytime Athena was in the ring, I was having fun.
Yep.
And she had one of the coolest spots of the entire night.
Yeah, Athena looked great.
Always does.
The sad part is everybody else looked crappy. Jamie Hayter kicked her own tag team partner in the gut, and they no-sold it because she was supposed to kick the opponent, but kicked her partner instead, and then they just rolled with it. It was, God, man. I'm so tired of these matches.
It's exhausting. And also, if we could, I don't know, man. There is not one woman on the face side of that match that I like. Not one. And I hate to say that.
No, it's the two unlikable Brawling Birds and Mina.
And Thunder Rosa.
Who is... I forgot Thunder Rosa even existed because like I said, I just try to keep her out of my fucking brain. I can't do Thunder Rosa things, man.
And I like a total of the 6 women involved, or 8 women, because there were 8 women.
Yeah, it was 8. It was 4 on 4.
I like 3 of the women. Technically, I like 4 because I still like Julia. I just want her to go away and learn how to wrestle. But
yeah, I tend to like the heels as well, but Julia and Sky Blue.
Sky's weird. She'll have a really good match one night, and then just look like crap the next.
Yeah. She just spent too much time around Julia Hart, I guess.
I don't know. Shit's weird. Anyways, they win with because Julia spits shit into Thunder's face.
Thunder Rosa's eyes. And the referee didn't see it, even though the fucking black liquid was fucking sprayed everywhere.
Right. And then
again, these officials, man, they're pretty damn dense.
To be fair, that is a very normal thing in wrestling. I mean, old dude that made the whole spot popular, there was always shit on the fucking mat, and they still counted the 3 count. So, like...
Muda.
Yeah. It's... No one gives a damn about the shit on the mat. I guess every ref just thinks that, maybe somebody sneezed. Who fucking knows?
Somebody's just sweating black.
That's one of those silly things in wrestling that have just always existed, and you just it's.
I know you've got Muda, Tajiri, Asuka, all the people who do the mist, and yes, you're just supposed to let it happen.
So, anyways, backstage, Kevin Knight's excited for Mike to win the title tonight. And then Kevin wants a shot if Mike wins. And I find this funny because Mike has not once asked for a shot at Kevin Knight's title. Keep this in mind, okay? This will come back later with what I think is going to happen.
I thought it was going to happen tonight. But we'll get there.
Backstage, Mox, thanks.
Backstage tonight.
Thanks, Kyle, for pushing him. He said Sunday, what are the odds when Kyle goes double or nothing? Because, he can't seem to beat Kyle. He said Game 7's the only game that matters when the game is on the line. Do I miss?
And then he just walks off.
And then he walks off. I thought it would have been. I wish. Okay, everybody knows him and Renee are married.
Are married? Yeah.
But there's never. I hate that he talks to her like she's just a normal fucking interviewer. I don't mean he needs to be like, all like loving on her or anything. But instead of just going and then like yelling into the mic or whatever like he did tonight, starting off being like, what you need, babe? And then they can go into it. But there's never any acknowledgement between the two of them that they're married. And I'm like, come on, guys, we know.
Because he teeters this weird line between heel and oh god, I can't think of the phrase for tweener.
But
yeah, he's like a tweener.
That didn't matter for people like Macho Man. I'm just saying, like.
Well, that's because you don't mess with Elizabeth.
No, it's because the cream rises. We're gonna leave that alone. So
to the top.
So he walks off. That's over. And then we start our AEW World Championship match. Darby Allin versus Speedball Mike Bailey. MJF's music starts. He comes out to watch the match, and we get MJF and Taz that get to talk with each other throughout the match, and
which is always a good time.
It was all right. It was all right. There's this part where MJF puts Bailey's foot on the ropes to get him out of the pinfall.
Yeah, because Darby hit a coffin drop.
And then Kevin Knight runs down to keep MJF from interfering, and this made me laugh. Because I'm like, Bailey's going to be the one to turn heel from this. I really think so at this point. Because Kevin's the one that wants the matches if Bailey gets the title. Kevin came out, and MJF was helping Speedball try to win. And Kevin came out to stop him.
Because he's the babyface. He's the righteous babyface.
But then he's the one that cuts the promo after all of this that sounds ominous as fuck.
Yep. It's confusing as shit.
So anyways.
I thought he was going to fucking sucker punch Mike Bailey like crazy tonight.
So yeah, he runs down to keep dude from interfering. Eventually, Darby gets dude in a... There was a cool spot early on where Darby hit a Scorpion Death Drop on the barricade.
Yep.
But late in the match, at the end, he gets Bailey in a Scorpion Deathlock. Knight is like encouraging Bailey to get to the ropes, and then Bailey does get to the ropes, but then Darby runs and jumps up onto the turnbuckle, hits a coffin drop, and puts him right back in the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yep.
Which, by the way, smart move. He didn't sit there and bitch and complain because he got to the ropes. He just jumped up and said, fuck it, we'll do it again.
No, he's been doing that a lot lately. Honestly, that's the part of Darby's reign that I've been liking. He's been rushing to the ropes to get his spot in.
He's been doing, funny enough,
smart babyface things.
He's been doing what Ospreay is training with the Death Riders to do. And he hasn't had to align himself with a group of heels to do it. He's been playing cut.
I hate.
He's been
playing that is going on with the Ospreay thing.
He's been playing cutthroat wrestling, regardless of if it's face, if it's heel. He's just all about trying to maintain that fucking championship and keeping that championship.
Yep.
And that's what Ospreay wants to be. But he couldn't.
But he ain't entertaining doing it.
And let me tell you this: if you want me to tell you what I think would be the most interesting story that could come out of this weekend, is if we start heading towards Darby versus, if Darby manages to win against MJF and Ospreay ends up winning the tournament, because they could play the whole thing where he has a problem with the Death Riders. Ospreay has aligned himself with the Death Riders, and that could make for some good storytelling. The problem is, do I trust Tony Khan to be able to tell that story correctly? Probably not.
No?
Probably not. But I don't think that's going to happen anyways. So,
agreed.
But my problem is I don't really care for any story between Ospreay and fucking MJF. Right.
It's just the biggest heel versus the biggest baby face. That's the only draw.
I
That's
just
the only draw.
that
You
just
you won't beat the best heel if you're really trying to push your new baby face
right.
to the moon.
So then, uh, Mike Bailey taps out. Kevin grabs a mic, and he's like, "Mike, I just want you to know I'm really proud of you, man. You know, you came in here, you did your thing. I'm really proud of you." And it really sounded more
Kinda
condescending
condescending. Yeah, yeah.
than sincere.
Uh-huh.
And then he looks over at Darby and he's like, "And you, man, you need to go on and you need to humble MJF. You know, you need to win. You need to cut his hair. Don't let us down. Don't let the fans down." And
Send his ass back to Turkey.
I'm like, how are you gonna say don't let us and the fans down? Like, what? This isn't the type of thing that faces say to each other on the mic. It was so weird because like they're building it up to make it look like Mike Bailey's going to be the one to turn heel because
But it's totally going to be Kevin Knight.
but it's Kevin Knight that's saying the stupid shit. I'm beginning to think they're both just going to turn heel and stay together.
What if they turn heel and they help MJF beat Darby?
Don't do that because I don't need another MJF faction either. I'm so tired of factions. Okay.
But that's AEW's move, man.
Anyways,
Didn't want to ponder on that one very
No.
long, did we?
no. Although I think it would be funny if Mike Bailey convinced MJF to start wrestling in toeless shoes.
Oh, don't do that to us. Can we have the inverse happen and MJF is like, "Hey man, no, you're with me now. Let's get you some nice boots." And they can just show vignettes of them going out and buying him boots. He's just betraying the character that he was. He's going to put on boots. He's going to show
Hey,
up in a suit.
listen.
He's going to cut off his mullet to a normal haircut so he looks more professional.
Listen, Darby was aiming for them toes tonight too. He had a target.
Yeah, he put the steel steps on top of his little grippers there. It was funny. I was thinking to myself, finally, now stomp on that fucking thing and cut those bitches off.
So afterwards, they go to leave. And when they get to the back, MJF comes into the ring from behind and attacks Darby. He then goes out to the outside of the ring. He picks up some hair clippers and pretends like he's going to try and shave Darby's head, but then visually tries to stab him with them.
Yeah, he was just trying to bust him open with the clippers.
And Darby wasn't having it. So Darby got out of that, and then he got MJF in the same position and was actually trying to cut his hair early. And I'm like, don't ruin your stipulation.
All right.
And yeah, that ended that. Backstage, the Death Riders are hyping up Will Ospreay as he's about to go out for the next match. And guess what? Remember when I said we have almost the exact same match to happen later? Will Ospreay and Katsuyori Shibata. Now that Will Ospreay is Will Borspray,
Yep.
him versus Shibata bored the shit out of me too. It's a good thing I was still working.
It was boring.
They started off trying to reverse each other's armbar. Like the first fucking 30 seconds was rolling around the ring trying to armbar each other. And I'm like, this is exactly what I would rather you sell the neck.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, it's not just us that hates it. Like Brian Alvarez from Figure 4 Wrestling hates this fucking Will Ospreay thing as well. It's like kind of like you said, where Darby's just trying to be like a killer. They're telling you that Ospreay needs to be a killer. He needs to be a killer, and then he does all this shit where he wants to just slap submissions on people and shit. or wrestle a fucking 50-50 booked match against Ace Austin like last week. No, he needs to go in there and fuck some people up.
Yeah. Anyways, after some interference from Bowens and the Death Riders watching his back, Ospreay wins with a hidden blade. At least he didn't get him to tap.
Yeah, no submission victory this time.
Post-match, Joe comes out and he says that he isn't here to come after Will. He's just here to make sure that his friends are okay, because that's what he does for his friends. I love what Joe's doing right now. He's gonna lose,
Right.
but it's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
he's totally losing.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you your dream match, Will. I'm gonna put you to sleep. At which point, Will says, Joe insists this is going to be a nightmare situation. Will says his nightmare is looking at messages and seeing people complain online about him losing too much weight and all these other things. He's like,
The shit that I've been bitching about.
yeah. He's like, and he's not the same guy. He's like, no shit. I had double fusion neck surgery. He said, this year, though, the stakes are higher than they've ever been because the winner of the Owen goes on to Wembley, and he's got a whole country on his back. He said that the Death Riders killed him and then rebuilt him into an assassin, and he's going to win. He's going to go full heel before this is all over, and I don't know if I like that about Ospreay. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Back. Go ahead.
He's rather a blonde fucking. He's already. He's a good babyface because his actions in the ring get him over. As a babyface, I think he'll be bland as shit.
You mean a heel?
Yeah, what I say, babyface?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Well,
he's already bland as shit as a babyface too. But his wrestling is like his greatest strength.
Now,
and what gets him over and is what's likable about him.
You are absolutely wrong. He is very endearing. It's why the fans like him. You don't like him because you don't like endearing fucking wrestlers.
It's not true. One of my favorite wrestler of all time is Bret Hart, and he was like the endearing wrestler.
He is anything but endearing. Have you heard him the last 30 years?
Now he's a bitter old man who can't get over the past. Yes,
he's always been bitter ever since he got screwed by himself. So
we won't get into the screw job talk.
Listen, Brett screwed Brett. Right. Okay, no.
No.
But no, in all seriousness,
we won't go there.
One of the things that most fans love, including myself, about Will is he usually comes off as your just everyday dude. He talks to the crowd like they're friends. That's one of the things that I love about him. He's excitable. But you took his wrestling away. And then if you make him a heel,
you take the endearing
aspect away.
Talk away.
What the fuck do we have to even look forward to at that point? Like
a bland shooter, a white Shibata.
I don't know. I get he doesn't need to be doing like moonsaults and shit all the time. But do something that's not just submissions. I would rather him have gone brawler.
Right? Kick people and shit like that. Like
you used to anyways.
Yeah. We're not saying take all the risks, but let's not completely dilute what you did in the first place.
And then we can just get back-to-back pointless... I'm sorry, hold on. Backstage, I even had it highlighted and everything. Cope and Cage, a long time ago, they said they loved wrestling and they would be tag champs. And then them and FTR spent time with each other's family because we haven't talked about this part of this fucking whole feud for the last fucking 6 to 12 months.
No, I pretty much just block Cope out at this point. I didn't start really paying attention until Christian started talking.
He says this Sunday FTR wants to end this. He says, I need the best version of FTR because of what you did to my wife, because we have to reiterate that again.
Right, don't forget.
Finally, Christian steps in, and he's like, FTR, you made some questionable choices. He's like, there's this saying that I have that when you're born, you look like your family, and when you die, you look like your choices, which I actually thought was a pretty cool fucking
I thought was a saying. Really good line. Really good line.
And he said, and because of your choices,
We're gonna fuck
we're
you
gonna
up.
fuck you up.
Christian totally saved the whole segment.
Yeah, he did. Two more matches. Matches 7 and 8. Guess what? Roosh got a squash match.
Matter.
Divine Dominion got a squash match. Way to waste 20 and 30 fucking minutes on entrances and shit that don't matter. That don't fucking
And
matter.
the commercials in between, it literally don't matter.
Match 9. AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy. Which is, in my opinion, the match of the night. Probably the match of the week, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's early. We still got the pay-per-view this weekend.
That's Sunday. Week starts over on Sundays.
That's technically Monday, but
huh?
Your work week probably starts on Sunday.
Almost everywhere I've looked, if I look at a calendar, it says Sunday through Saturday. If I pull up my PC calendar right now, Sunday through Saturday.
I see what you mean. Although that's technically the 7th day of the week, and the week starts on Monday.
Hey, I just go by what I've lived my whole life looking at.
Hey, leave Outlook out of this, okay? But yeah, good final match. They kind of started the show with a good tag team match, ended the show with a good tag team match.
Roddy is fucking amazing. OC is fucking amazing. FTR is just fucking amazing. This is just a good. Now listen, would I have rather had Roddy with Kyle? Absolutely.
Sure.
But these two still went out and did their fucking thing.
Yep.
They've developed this really good bond as a tag team that just seems to work with each other really well.
Because their tandem offense is just Roddy throwing OC at people.
It's fantastic.
It works. So.
But yeah, that's FTR wins, and there were actually a couple of really good close call towards the end.
Dude, FTR's really, really good at near falls.
Yeah.
Like those 2.999s, they're really good at them.
But yeah, they win in the dumbest fucking way, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's basically Stokely using the watch that he stole from Christian. And he punched, I don't remember who it was. I think it was OC in the face. It might have been Roddy.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was OC.
Obviously, it's one of the two. By this point, I was annoyed. And also, work was really bad. And listen, I actually might have had a different outlook on tonight if my work night didn't suck so fucking bad.
Yeah, my work night was awful as well.
But here's where I want to go with all of this right now. If I had heard the Double or Nothing, if I'm not a wrestling fan or I'm not an AEW fan, and I hear that Double or Nothing is Sunday and Wednesday night's their go-home show to the pay-per-view, and I decide I'm going to watch the go-home show to see if it's going to be worth buying the pay-per-view, I wouldn't buy this pay-per-view.
Their go-homes and their weeks post pay-per-views are always awful. Tonight's
show, listen, one of the things I think would actually benefit AEW is if they adopted this thing for go-home shows where don't have matches with people involved in the pay-per-views on the go-home show, but have them in segments backstage. Or have them in segments in the ring, and then you can actually use that go-home show to showcase some other talent that you have that don't get used as often.
And then you just have bangers and just promote the show?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against, because what they're doing now is not working.
Because what did we get tonight? We got a huge brawl to start the show, which, listen, I love me a good huge brawl. I'm not complaining.
Which is exactly, but we're going to get that exact same thing on Sunday, a little heightened. The Mox thing, we're literally getting that exact same match on fucking Sunday.
Yeah. All the women that are involved in the tag match, I don't. There's just a whole lot. And listen, stop with the fucking. I can deal with a squash match on Collision. That's not my problem. I can even deal on a normal Collision having 2 squash matches. But you cannot do back-to-back squash matches. You wasted 30 minutes of your TV time.
Yeah,
with
and
shit
there was
that doesn't matter.
The pacing of this show was awful. In Dynamite, you had about an hour's time that just drug. In the Collision, you had about 30 minutes that just drug. And you had way too many backstage segments.
Yeah. And and we've got to do away. We've got to do away with these really stupid there's a couple things I want. They're never going to go away. I want to get rid of last week or last show shit after backstage after Dynamite. Like, I would rather you just keep that shit on Twitter, if I'm being honest. Put that shit on social media, because you can use social media to build some other side story shit. That's fine.
It wouldn't be so bad if there weren't so many of them.
But yeah, almost half of the promos at any given night, it's something from last week. And then,
like, I'm okay if, like, you had a hot match and you want, like, you know, the aftermatch of that hot match. It doesn't have to be like 3 different segments. Most of them aren't warranted. Like, yeah, if it's a hot angle or something, sure, but not everybody deserves an after Dynamite thing.
And do you want to know what I hate even more about how the show started tonight? This is gonna make you laugh.
The stupid Young Bucks thing.
Yeah. Do you want to know what makes me? Yeah. You know what makes me even more mad about that?
What?
They're out in the middle of what looks like a fucking windstorm. Jericho's hair blowing all over the place, and your production sounded better than a normal backstage segment. What the fuck are you doing,
dude? Like, this production drives me crazy.
Honestly, tonight's actually wasn't bad as a whole.
No,
I'm just saying in general.
At this point, they've been a company for a long time now. These are things you should have fucking figured out by now. And when they don't, and they sound like so second rate, that shit bugs me, because they should be better at these things.
So, but yeah.
But I'd rather watch this than anything WWE's putting out right now.
Yeah, no, listen. Here's my moment to shit on WWE. I'm going to make it super quick and simple. I did not watch Raw. I was on Twitter Monday night, because I'm on Twitter every night, so it doesn't fucking matter what the night is. And I happen to be on Twitter, and they show that Brock Lesnar comes back. And today, I was thinking about it, because obviously I hate that they came back. Like, I don't mind the fake retirement angle when it's something like what Mark Henry did. He came out, he was doing the whole speech.
It was to further an angle.
Cena came out, and Cena was like trying to be like, hey, man, that wasn't even furthering an angle. This was the start of one. Cena,
well, yeah, but it led to something immediately.
Right. And Cena came out, and he was like doing the whole like, yeah, man, thanks for everything that you did for the... And then Mark Henry just grabbed him and slammed him. And we went into what was going on.
In his salmon-colored jacket.
But this retirement angle, he retires at Wrestle-fucking-Mania, leaves, like he's actually kind of in tears. Heyman is in tears. They're doing...
Yeah, it took all the emotion out of it now.
They're doing... They're doing all this...
Artificial.
They're doing all this stuff, and then you realize he faked the retirement to come back. And then you look at... Hold on.
I don't give a fuck.
And then you look back further than that, and you go, oh, Rollins faked a whole injury to leave and come back. Maybe Triple H is just faking this whole Booker thing. Like, maybe that's what everything going on in WWE is. Maybe he's just faking the booking situation so that they can sell the company to the Saudis, because I don't know what the fuck else is going on. I can't make heads or tails of it.
I still think that's the plan.
He practically took credit for the fucking Bloodline's original run, and 90% of that was fucking Vince. So I don't know.
Yeah. I totally think that's what they're doing. They are capitalizing on all this stuff right now. TKO as a company, they're gonna fucking profit as much as they can.
They faked,
and the second it starts going down, they're gonna sell.
They faked breaking up the Bloodline. They're back. So I mean,
yeah.
Maybe Triple H has faked a lot more. Anyways, like being a good wrestler. So I say that just to be a dick. Triple H actually was really good at helping other people look really good.
He's the guy who made the money. He's the guy that the main guy wrestled against. He was the top stars. I don't want to say punching bag, but like top rival. Like yeah, he was a top guy as well, obviously, but he was never the top guy.
He was an on-top guy.
He was who the top guy worked with.
But yeah,
he wasn't Austin. He wasn't Rock.
There's all of that. Now, for the important thing. Now, here's the thing. I say all that to say this. Like I said, if this was my way of coming in and seeing if I was going to buy the pay-per-view, I absolutely would have watched this show and been like, yeah, this pay-per-view doesn't matter. But I'm a sicko, and I know the pay-per-view is probably going to be fucking stellar because they haven't had a bad one yet this year. So,
matches are good. The matches that are announced are
potentially good.
Look good. Yes, potentially. I don't care about the Stampede match. I could fucking care less.
Speaking of which,
but pretty much everything else looks good.
It's pick'em time.
Yay.
I already have all of my answers. For those of you that didn't know, our current overall record, we would have tied if we would have kept Backlash because both him and I had the exact same picks. And then
Backlash.
Me not being able to watch it because of some bullshit.
Because VPN and
fuck that.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, mostly your VPN, not necessarily Netflix. Well, no, because Netflix denied the VPN.
Joe's got 1 win. I've got 0 wins, and we have 3 ties on the year so far.
It's been just stellar.
We've been doing great. So we'll see how this goes. I have all of mine already typed out in place. So
nice.
I've got my picks
mine
done.
Will be off the cuff. Mine will be off the cuff here.
We have 9 matches so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 matches.
Nice.
I believe
a nice odd number, so hopefully will be some differences here.
I believe there is a good chance that we get a 10th match, but it's not going to be on our pick'em. Because I do think they're going to do a TBS championship match in some way, shape, or form. And I do think it'll be the Casino Gauntlet.
We'll just get day of, and then we'll just talk about it on the review.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But, so, with that being said, we're going to start off with a doozy. Pizzle. Okada or Takeshita? Who's winning the International Championship?
I mean, you got to put Talk over at some fucking point, right?
That's how I feel. That's who I picked.
That's who I'm going with.
All right.
Otherwise, this makes no fucking sense, but it's Tony Khan, so who knows?
AEW Tag Team Championship match. I Quit match. FTR versus Cage and Cope. I've got Cage and Cope.
I agree. They also have to win at some point, right?
You would think, unless they're adamant about never winning the tag championships or tagging together ever again.
I think they're gonna go out as a tag team. I think they're both gonna retire as a tag team.
I do too. Faces or heels in the Stampede match? Jericho, Hurt Syndicate, Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Matt, and Nicholas Jackson. I don't know why I said Nicholas and not Matthew. Versus
I've got
Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, Mark Davis, Andrade, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. I also have the faces in this match because to my knowledge, the Faces have never lost one of these.
I don't think you're wrong there. I think the Faces have won pretty much all of these things because the Elite have been in pretty much all of them.
Yep. AEW Women's Championship match.
I don't care.
4-way. Listen, I'll put that. That can be your answer.
No.
I have more of a chance of winning that than you do, though. Tekla, Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander. Who do you think is winning it?
I think it only makes sense that Tekla retains. None of these other chicks, they're all aimless other than Tekla.
That is also who I have. Listen, we're almost halfway through, and we've got the exact same pick so far.
The same exact numbers. I'm sure there'll be some variations here soon.
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll
maybe.
see. We'll see.
Joe, that's why we keep tying.
Joe or Osprey?
Osprey.
Yep.
That's an easy one though. Although that would be a fucked up swerve if Joe wins.
Oh, speaking of swerve or Bandito? Sorry, that was the next one.
It's got to be Swerve, right?
Yeah.
Because what does Bandito gain if he wins?
An ass whooping.
Well, he advances to the next round of the Owen, I guess. But it makes more sense story-wise that Swerve wins and then Brody wins and then Brody and Swerve face in the semifinals.
I could see that. Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. Athena's the only fucking good person. I'm sorry.
Athena's wrestling Mina Shirakawa just for the hell of it?
No, it's the women's Owen Hart's Cup final or Cup semi quarterfinal.
Oh, that's the one that's on the pay-per-view now, huh?
That's the one that's always been. It was two of them, and they removed one of them.
Oh, they removed the Willow and Windsor.
Yeah, because they were. My guess is, if I'm being honest, the Continental Championship match was decided to fill that place, because the way Kyle said it, he was like, whenever we happen to meet. And then backstage, that's when... I
just got word from Tony Khan, and he's made it official.
Well, no. Backstage, that's when Mox was like, this Sunday,
Mox
Double or Nothing. Promo. So I'm guessing that's probably what took the other woman's Owen match place.
I sadly would rather see the other women's... Oh, well, no, because Windsor's in it. But, oh, man, that match was boring. I got Athena.
Okay.
I've got Athena winning the whole tournament.
Just for shits and giggles, because I think if there's one match that we have a difference of opinion on, it's going to be this one. So I'm going to go to the other one. MJF or Darby Allin?
Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Okay, so here's our one chance to have a difference in opinion. Who do you have winning the AEW Continental Championship match? No time limit. Jon Moxley or Kyle O'Reilly?
I got Mox winning because I don't think they're going to put O'Reilly over.
Well, the good news is, folks, it's another tie this week. Because I also have Jon Moxley.
I just don't think they're... Now, if this would have been 2 months ago, I would have probably picked O'Reilly, but...
So here's the thing. The reason I picked who I picked throughout this entire thing, I picked Tak because it's time for Okada to finally lose that fucking belt. They've been pushing Tak to be the guy to do it, and it's time to pull the fucking trigger.
Yep. I think Okada disappears for a little bit after this. I goes back to Japan for a little bit.
Wouldn't even be surprised if Okada does win. I do think that is the closest out of the entire card as far as the most difficult match to choose, because obviously Tony is very high on Okada, so we have no clue which direction he's going to go.
Insanely so. But they've had this chase for so long. You've got to pay it off at some point.
Right. The I Quit match, I still, like I said, I think it's Cage and Cope that's going to win, because I do think we're going to get that version of TLC at the pay-per-view. I don't know if it's going to make it to All In, though, if I'm being honest. I could actually see that
You're
being
talking about Cope and Christian versus FTR versus Young Bucks and whatever version of however they call this TLC.
correct. Like, I don't think it's going to be an actual TLC, but
think it'll be a ladder match with all those other elements in it.
yeah. But I don't think they're going to wait till All In because that's not until August. I don't.
I mean, that's not that far away.
There's 2 pay-per-views in between all of that.
I agree, but you can have them wrestle the other 2 teams individually, and then everybody has this weird claim to it, setting up the other.
Listen. I love FTR with all my heart and soul. They're my favorite current active tag team. They're in probably my top 3 favorite tag teams of all time.
It's them and the Dudleys for me, as far as like best tag team I've ever seen. Period.
I'm not going by best at this. I'm just saying my personal favorites. I think they're a top 3 for me.
Well, personal favorites is pretty much the same thing to me.
Yeah, not to me, because I know there are things that I like more than objectively good things. Because my favorite tag team of all time, my favorite is actually LOD.
Legion Doom, good for you.
My second favorite is the Hardys. I love the Hardys. I always have. Not the current iteration of them. I don't watch TNA, and I'm not going to. But
they're broken, and not in like a gimmick way, in the like my bones don't work right kind of way.
But the Hardys don't. I don't even think make my top 5 in terms of actual best. But they're my second favorite.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because if I'm going objective, I would have to go Dudley's, FTR, LOD. And more.
I like some Midnight Express.
More Road Warriors than LOD. I know they eventually became LOD.
They're the same thing.
Their Road Warriors run was far more impactful.
Yeah, they're actual territory runs, not the watered down WWE run.
It would be tough. I don't know if I want to put at my number 4 all time. There's like almost a 3-way tie that I could probably put at number 4 that would surprise you.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could be like a 4-way tie, and they're all really old teams. The Rockers.
Yeah.
The Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Tully and Arn.
The Brainbusters.
And what was the team name? Oh yeah, that was stupid. I looked it up. British Bulldogs.
Oh, you like the Bulldogs, do you?
I do.
Dynamite Kid fan, are you?
This isn't about me liking. This is me thinking objectively. Because I honestly, I don't personally find, as far as what I look for in tag teams for fun, I wouldn't sit down and watch a British Bulldogs match because I think it would be a fun thing to watch. I think it would be technically impressive.
Well, in a 80s wrestling kind of way.
Right. But as far as like teams I like, listen, I could literally list you like 12 Attitude Era WWE, WWF tag teams that I like to watch more than the British Bulldogs.
I thought for sure you were going to say like the Acolytes is one of them. So
like APA would be in my top 10 favorites. Easily.
Yep.
Hardys, New Age Outlaws. I'm an Attitude fucking kid. Attitude Era kid. Teenager, really, but Brothers of Destruction. There's just things I would find more entertaining. Honestly, X-Pac and Kane. DX.
Suck it.
And by DX, I specifically mean Triple H and Shawn. So yeah,
they didn't tag enough for me to care.
There's lots of tag teams that I like more than objectively think are great.
Yeah. And that's how that works.
Not for some people. Some people are like, "Oh no, these are the ones I like," and it's because they're objectively great. And it's like, no, don't do that. Like people always crack me up when they try to argue that the Dudleys aren't as great as what people think they are, and I'm like, do you realize that they've impressed not just offices but fans enough to have earned them tag team championships, multiple tag team championships
Everywhere.
in every single company that they've worked in?
Every fucking where. Yep. They are the most accomplished tag team of the modern era, and it's not even close.
Edge and Christian are up there, obviously.
But they split and had long singles runs.
I meant for my favorites, not objective.
Oh, sure,
greatness.
Sure. I didn't appreciate Edge and Christian when they were a tag team.
Oh, dude.
I found them kind of annoying because I was a Hardys dude, so I liked the Hardys more, right. And I found Edge and Christian kind of annoying. I really still don't like Cope all that much. But I have always liked. Once Christian got on his own,
alas, he's on.
Yours on his own. TNA Christian Cage, loved him there too. Like, I've always been a big Christian guy.
Yeah. But that's our review and our pick'ems. So, and we got to talk a little bit about other shit. Not much other shit, but other shit. But this has run on for an hour and 6 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was about to say, this has got to be over an hour.
I'm going to upload this, and I am going to figure out what I'm doing for the next couple hours, probably playing Lego Batman. So, with that being said.
I'm probably going to bed because I'm a bum.
I love y'all, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Deuces!
Later.